Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video today. I have a warning sign for anyone that came across this video, 444, to remind you to believe in yourself as energies on this planet are changing. I want to remind you today to really protect your pillar, protect yourself, because currently so many people are feeling lost and so many people are feeling disoriented. And I came here today to remind you to believe in yourself and know that everything is falling into place. This symbol, 444, represents a strong alignment with your higher purpose and the guidance of your spiritual protection. So when you see it, like right now, know that the universe is reassuring to you to stay strong and trust the journey. But take massive action towards where you want to go. Here and there I make these messages with numbers for you, just to keep you on track, right? I use these numbers as a way to communicate a message sometimes, but to remind you to take massive action into a direction that feels like a mission. So believe in yourself and trust that everything is falling into place. It's a warning sign because in the energy field of this planet Earth right now, it feels like a storm. There's a storm, there's so much of pressure and so much of tension. And if you're not careful with your energy, if you're not careful with how you're taking care of yourself and how you're living your life, you will unconsciously plug yourself to these storms, and suddenly you will start to think about all kinds of problems, and you will start to think like there's something wrong with you, and you will start to feel unworthy, and you will start to look for things to blame outside of you. It's a tricky thing. So I want to remind you, look, focus back on yourself and believe in yourself and trust that everything is falling into place. Keep working towards your dreams. Know that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. It's time to solidify your foundation and build towards more stable future, sustainable future, whatever it means for you. Know that new opportunities for growth, for knowing yourself and financial stability are opening up for you. But you need to remember that your current obstacles are not roadblocks but stepping stones. You need to remember that, because many times it feels shaky when we're at a place which doesn't fit our vision for life. So we may think it's not working or forces are against us. But it's a building season, right? You don't build up your body by going into the gym for one day. You build up your body by going into the gym for 1 year, for 2, 3, 4 years. When it comes to manifestation, hey, you build your dream life when you work on it for 1 to 3 years, 4, 5 years. I've been doing this for 7 years now, right? You don't build this life in few days. And right now it just feels more challenging, so that's why so many people are doing the shadow work. So many people are diving into their own darkness and recognizing that they are not perfect and they don't need to show up as perfect individuals. That's why you need to believe in yourself. That's why this is a warning sign to you, to believe in yourself, because right now it's easier than ever to lose yourself and to think there's truly something going wrong. Well, the old world is falling apart and the new world is being born. So you need to decide, will you be a part of the old energy that's falling apart and you will feel like falling apart, or will you be a part of the new energy that feels like being renewed and you're renewing yourself? You see, the change happens when you change. The process happens when you become the process. You experience the flow when you become the flow, when you walk with the flow, when you set an aim for yourself. You set some goals for yourself. You follow that vision. And then you make sure that you don't lose yourself in the chemistry of your body. You see, sometimes when you start doing something new, your body will actually go against this change because it's different. It's uncomfortable. It's against the old conditioning. So your brain will go, hey, I need so much more energy for this change, so I will rather avoid it. And then your body starts producing hormones that make you feel like you don't want to do it. That's why you shouldn't be discouraged, because the chemistry in your body is not aligned with the change. You need to be kind towards yourself, and you need to know why you are making change. You need to recognize that how you start your day is the foundation for your body to prepare for the change you're working on. And you need to build a strong foundation, a strong identity that will support this process. I will actually give you 3 pillars of this foundation so it can serve you, it can help you to walk with the change that's happening on this planet right now. So a warning sign here is, hey, remember who you are, and notice that there's so much of pressure present in the collective, and you don't need to be a participant in it. You can actually you can actually be a part of change, right? And every time you change something, the change is visible and felt in the collective. So there are 3 pillars for the strong foundation of you. One is self-discipline. The second one is consistency. And the third one is clear intention. When you make sure that you make these 3 pillars coherent, which means every single day you take care of your self-discipline, you make sure that you're staying consistent with the work, that means a lot too, and you know that it's taking you to where you want to go. You're showing up, you're doing the work, and you're making progress with it, even though it may be invisible right now. You're making this pillar stronger. This is like, it's how you build yourself. And clear intentions are then like wind for the sails. It's how you get a sense of direction and how you give yourself this energy support so your mind can stay focused on your goals. Right? So self-discipline is so important. If you go into any ancient practice like Hermetic teachings or Buddhist teachings or teachings of ancient, before the beginning of Christianity, if you go into any of these ancient teachings, even alchemy and all of that, you will notice that self-discipline was the foundation of everything. It means that you know what to say yes to and what you say no to. And you never just follow what your body says. You follow what your soul says. It's a huge difference, because the purpose of this incarnation is that your body becomes a vessel for the soul. Not that your body becomes unconscious guiding mechanism of the soul. Which means that you must become strong in your spirit so your body can follow it, right? Which means you need to give orders to yourself how you want to move in this life. You need to decide mentally where you want to go, and you need to consciously create your own reality And here and there you come across mental blocks, you come across physical blocks, you come across emotional blocks, and you need to do the shadow work. You need to recognize where your ego is taking you astray and what kind of, methods and techniques your ego is using to distract you from what truly matters. Sometimes you want to, be validated. Sometimes you want to show up as a successful individual. Sometimes you want to look better than others. Those are all, ways your ego puts you astray. Right now we are in a time collectively where people globally are going through the process of ego death, which means that we're all discovering that how we've been living our lives is not sustainable. And it's not who has more, but rather who's more connected. And you don't just become connected out of nothing. It's about knowing yourself. It's about the ability to listen to your higher intelligence, which speaks to you in quietness. And it's not an easy thing to do, especially if you're so distracted that you're kind of addicted to external noises. You kind of need to separate yourself a little bit from the chaos to reconnect with harmony that lives within, right? And then you come across more clarity, so you can set clear intentions for yourself, and that's how you build up a strong foundation on which you're building a whole new life. And if you stay consistent with it, that foundation will get stronger. You shouldn't be discouraged when you don't see results of this work, as most of the time results are happening on higher planes until they manifest. But once they manifest, it means that you've been working on it for such a long time. So it happened, right? When you don't see results, it means you're seeing the product of your past actions. And if your past actions were not aligned with the vision that you have, well, that's why you don't have results yet. When you start working on changes, sometimes it takes months, right? Things just don't manifest immediately. And you could be grateful for it, because all your worries and doubts, you don't want to see them. So make sure that you take care of your self-discipline, consistency, and clear intentions, my friends. Another warning sign for you is don't lose yourself in doubts. Don't lose yourself in doubts. There's more information out there than ever before. There's more critical, thinking, which is very important. But when there's too much of it, you start even criticizing yourself. There's more darkness, more negativity, more of everything present on the surface, which is a sign of purification. It's a collective purification that's happening. So a warning sign is, don't lose yourself in this chaos that's coming to the surface right now. It's just purification. Know that you're being supported to create the life you want. Even if it feels a bit harder right now, know you're being supported to create the life you want. One day it will just happen, and you will be so grateful that you did it. So I want you to focus on what your future self would be proud of today. Know that something is pushing you towards new paths, even if it seems very uncertain. Trust it, follow it, and trust anything that awakens within you this sense of this is the right thing, right? Anything that awakens this sense within you, this is the right thing. Not what your body says, like, oh, let's, I don't know, be lazy or whatever. Yeah, be slow when you need to be slow. Rest when you need to rest. Rejuvenate when you need that. But remember that most of the time, change will just feel unpleasant. When you go through the process of healing, many times you will be doubting yourself. So you need to make sure that you feed your mind with knowledge that actually supports the process, that actually helps you to become your greatest version. So you need to nurture your mind, body, and soul with right information. Especially in this age of information right now, we have extremes of everything. We're living in times of extremes. So there's extreme amount of everything, and each person almost has a different opinion about what works, what doesn't work, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So it's a warning sign right now to focus on what works for you. If you're listening too much of opinions of others, you will feel even more confused than before. So in this age of overwhelming information, you have to be mindful of what you consume. I often remind you to make sure you don't consume more than you create. Because when you have an outlet to pull out what's been within you, it will feel like your mind is just consuming stuff until it becomes so overwhelming that it's about to explode. So we need to have an outlet, and if we actually spend more time doing something, creating something, producing something than just consuming, we start to feel like we're being a channel. We're being a channel of our own creative energy. And when we become a channel, we start to feel more productive. We start to feel more organized, and we start to feel more positive, because it's just a natural reaction to life that happens in our bodies. You see, your body is a vessel. It's not here just to consume stuff. It's here so you pour something in and you pour something out. Like a mug. You use it for tea, right? You pour some hot water in so then you can drink the tea. Your body serves in the same way. It's not just for putting something in. It's not made for consumption. It's made for channeling your own unique, authentic energy, yourself. So you need to find something where you can express yourself, where you can grow with it, where you can evolve yourself, where you can explore your own capabilities. This is why you've come here. But also to heal old wounds, to heal wounds of your family tree. To notice that whatever you found out toxic in your family, you've come here to heal it. You're most probably a cycle breaker if you're into this information, so make sure you're also working on healing these wounds so you don't pass them on to the next generations. So focus on knowledge, relationships, and habits that reinforce growth and stability. It's completely natural that people feel confused right now because there's so much of everything. You see, I used to buy so much of new books and reading so many new books, but these days I'm rereading old books and I'm meditating a lot, and I'm returning back to ancient insights and wisdom, just to recognize what they thought about these times, because time is moving in cycles. It's moving in upward spiral or downward spiral, depends of our path, but it's moving in cycles, which means everything is returning. And we're in times of extremes, just before a huge explosion where something new happens. And we all feel this kind of a pressure. Every time after this time, a new season comes, a new golden age comes. And we are just before the golden age. So you really need to decide to focus on the golden age if you want to experience it. And golden age, it means you become the gold within your character first. In knowledge, in relationships, in habits, and especially in your relationship towards yourself. You do what sharpens you. You become who you always wanted to be. as a little kid. You see, little kids are dreaming so much. When I was a little kid, my imagination was so vivid, so real. And nowadays, so many people don't know how to dream. And that's why they feel so lost. Because the reality started dictating their dreams, and they live in their own nightmares because of that. You need to take care of that inner garden of yours and remind yourself that you are the garden in there. You don't need to allow all these outer forces to control you. Be in control of yourself and know what you want to plant there. Work on it, nurture it, and become it. My friends, I'm leaving you here. I hope you've enjoyed in my latest painting called Resurrection. It's a very special one because I was just following the flow, and the colors, I feel they're just for this time. Blue is a very special color. It has such a huge healing effect to it. When you look at it, it calms your mind, it calms your nervous system, and it awakens a sense of mystical energy in you. It gives you a sense that you're safe and that it's time to love yourself. And because it's like a galaxy, it reminds you of your eternity. So it's a very special painting to me. I've been working on it for a long time, so I hope you've enjoyed in this process today. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. And thanks to everyone for choosing to support my art in our store, AttractPassion.com, or its store, AttractPassion. You're all truly appreciated. I love you all. Also, thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community for more exclusive content, guidance, guided meditations, community chat, and so much more. You're welcome there. The link is in the description of this video. And to anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, I'm also offering coaching, so you can find the link in the description of this video and check it out. I'm excited to meet you, and till next time, one love.